Okay, we're moving on to the next segment of Corey's Breakfast. This is segment number 20. We're going to play Jeopardy Platinum Edition for the Game Boy. Let's see how we do. Categories for the Jeopardy round. We have European history, the 1940s, famous names, transportation, abbreviations, and television. If you're a card-carrying member of the ACLU, you belong to this type of civil liberties union. What is the American Civil Liberties Union? Abbreviations for 200. In Wall Street lingo, the Amex is this stock exchange. What is American Express? Or the American Exchange? Abbreviation 300. Daily double. I'll do the maximum. This island group is abbreviated AZO. What are the Azores? Abbreviations for 400. This fraction of a Deutschmark is abbreviated PF. What is a Pfennig? Abbreviations for 500. In computers, ROM stands for this kind of memory. What is read-only memory? Under this empire, Spain was part of the province of Hispania. What is the Roman Empire? European history for 200. The Congress of Vienna gave this country 3 more cantons that had been under French control. What is Switzerland? Britain captured this strategic Iberian promontory in 1704. Gibraltar. Oh, okay. In June 1791, this king fled but was caught at Varennes and captured and returned to Paris. Alright. Louis the 16th. Named for its length, this European war actually lasted from 1337 to 1453. What is the 100 Years' War? Alright. Okay, famous names for 100, please. He was a lawyer before he teamed with Arthur Sullivan in 1871. Who is Gilbert? Famous names 200. In 1896, he coined the term psychoanalysis. Who is Sigmund Freud? Two of his compositions were adopted as the state songs of Kentucky and Florida. Who is Stephen Foster? Famous names 400. In 1900, he was appointed head of the U.S. Army Yellow Fever Commission. Who is Sir Walter Raleigh? Oh, it wasn't him? Walter Reed. It was a Walter, but it was Walter Reed. In 1943, he successfully tested the aqualung, which he invented with Emile Gagnon. Who is Jacques Cousteau? $1942. Because he was born in this enemy country, opera star Ezio Pinza was held by the FBI in 1942. I'm gonna say what is Italy. $1943. April 1942, Dr. William Temple, Archbishop of York, became 92nd to be Archbishop of this place. What is Canterbury? Uh, 1940s for 400, on June 5th, 1947, the Secretary of State called for the European Recovery Plan known by his name. George Marshall. All right. Cleveland Indians pitching ended this Yankee center fielder's record 56-game hitting streak. Joe DiMaggio. This English woman won at Wimbledon in 1977, its centennial year. Virginia Wade. It's the device in a plane's black box. What's a propeller? A flight data recorder. Alright, or data recorder. The real first name of this MASH head nurse was Margaret, who is Hot Lips Houlihan. Nurse Daniel shot Dr. Peter White on this series set in a Boston hospital. What is said elsewhere? Television for 300. She played widowed nurse Julia Baker on Julia, who is Diane Carroll. Known as Mr. Warmth, this comedian played Daddy Dearest to Richard Lewis, who is Don Knotts. No. Who is Don Rickles. comedy that debuted in 1965 was set in Stalag 13, a POW camp. What is Hogan's Heroes? In its infancy, this canal was known as Clinton's Ditch. What is the Erie Canal? $300. Swiss Federal Railroad trains are up or powered by this. Oh, electricity. This American automaker owns 75% of Aston Martin and 25% of Mazda. Oh, Ford. It's the national airline of Israel. What is El Al? So $5,040 for me, $600 for Joey. Tourist sites in this capital include Quincy Hall, or Quincy Market and Faneuil Hall. What is the city I went to back in April? Boston. The Centers for Disease Control is headquartered in this southern capital. What is Atlanta? In 1867, Nebraska's capital was moved from Omaha to Lancaster, which was renamed this. What is Lincoln? This capital of Washington was laid out in 1851 and first called Smithfield. What is Olympia? It's nicknamed the Green Mountain City. What is Montpelier? Named for a region of Russia, it's the largest of all the wildcats. What is the Siberian tiger? The only two species of eagles found in the U.S. are the bald and this colorful variety. What is the golden eagle? Wrong. Oh, the golden eagle, not gold, not just gold. A mosquito has two enormous compound ones of these that cover most of its head. Eyes, yep. The lowest point in the Western Hemisphere is the site at the foot of the Pennant Mountains. What is Death Valley? This river forms part of Maryland's borders with Virginia and West Virginia. What is the Potomac? Several land speed records have been set on this barren saline plain in northwestern Utah. What is the Bonneville Salt Flats? Named for a U.S. president, it's Florida's most populous city. What is Jacksonville? This island is the southernmost of New York City's 5 boroughs. What is Staten Island? It's either Staten Island or Long Island. I got it right. The guanaco, which may be an ancestor of the alpaca, is native to this continent. What is South America? Slightly snake-like and scaleless hagfish resembles this fish in appearance. What is the eel? Yay! $25,000. An ad for vitamins once asked this if this wife beheader asked, a conscience or just vitamin C? Like, a conscience or just vitamin C? Who's Henry VIII? The last king named William who ruled England had this number after his name. I think it's the third. The fourth. The Associated Press said this non-Asian Aryan loves to wear pearls even when salmon fishing. The Queen Mother. Alright. Prince Albert's father and this queen's mother were brother and sister. Also, he was Queen Victoria. This last Stuart queen had to be carried to her coronation because of a bout with gout. Queen Anne. Alright. The Dibble iceberg tongue hangs off this continent. What is Antarctica? It's the continent that's home to the International Court of Justice. What is Europe? On a continent, a very nice guy is called a Bonzer bloke. What is Australia? The Berbers are native to this continent's northern coast. What is Africa? It's the continent with the second greatest number of Confucians. What is North America? In 1940, John Sigmund swam 292 miles down this river from St. Louis. I'll say it's the Mississippi. In this event, swimmers perform acrobatic movements to music. What is synchronized swimming? Diving meets consist of competition springboard and this. What is platform? He's the only man to win 4 Olympic gold medals in diving. Who is Greg Louganis? Dives can be performed in 4 positions: layout, pike, free, and this. What is tuck? So I have $32,000 at the end of double Jeopardy. Final Jeopardy coming up. Or not. The game froze. Yep, old glitchamania. Therefore, I gotta say it. The answer is... we win! Alright, I'll see you all for that next segment.